Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen. This is just Jen's things. These are the things that make me smile. We are back, guys, in my loft today, and today's video has been something I've been planning for a couple of weeks. I think it's time to discuss, for those that are beginners, I built my Bodycare collection. So Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works and hygiene. So if you love fragrance videos, you are in the right place. Please hit subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up on this video. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear either your questions or honestly how you built your collection as well. Let's get into today's video. Hi guys, good morning or evening or afternoon or at night, depending on when you're watching this video, guys. I'm Jen, and today's video, guys, I'm going to be discussing more in depth how I built my body care collection. So it's not talking about my affordable perfumes, it's more just talking about how I built and how I buy my body washes, my body sprays, lotions, things like that. As you guys know, I've had my channel now for going on close-ish to almost 2 years, I think. Well over a year, guys. I've had my channel. I think I started my channel in like August. I don't know, a couple years ago. But I also used to work part-time at Bath and Body Works. And I believe in my earlier videos, I may have talked more about how I got my position with that. But if you're interested and you want to know the story behind that, leave me a comment down below and that'll be another video that I filmed for you guys. I'm kind of doing this as my how-to type of series, guys. I'm going to make its own playlist. As you guys know, one of the most popular videos on my channel is actually one that I did about how to decant your fragrances. That one, I don't think it's in a playlist right now, but it happens to be, if you go like on the main page, happens to be under like the popular videos category. But I am going to put all of these how-to videos that I'm making into its own playlist. So check that out. By the time you see this, it'll probably already be up. But let's also talk, guys, about what my fragrance of the day is. So a little while ago, maybe, guys, I had gone to Victoria's Secret and this was on clearance. This was this year's Valentine's collection, and this is actually Bow and Roses. And I don't have my reading glasses on, guys, but this one is sweet berries and rose petals. And I did that first, and then I actually layered it with Rave Now by Lattafa. I think it's Lattafa. Yeah, this is actually, guys, pretty spot on for All Eyes on Her. And if you guys know, All Eyes on Her is pretty spot on for a very, very popular perfume. I don't own the very popular designer perfume. I bought this one instead because it was so much more affordable. But I love this scent. It is something that is light. It's a powdery fragrance. There's like some floral and some fruit in there, but it's really, really pretty. I'm having trouble with the cap on my fragrance though, guys. It just kind of sets a little bit. But it is so beautiful when paired with this body spray. So if you guys have this one, this came out Valentine's Day of 2025. My camera is not focused, but this is just the Victoria's Secret Bows and Roses. It's really pretty. I'm enjoying it. So that was my fragrance of the day, you guys. Into one, how long I have actually had my body care collection, you guys. I would say that I was a casual shopper at one time many, many, many years ago. I've always had an interest in Bath and Body Works. When I was a kid, guys, and a teenager back in, the 90s and early 2000s, guys, um, we couldn't really afford some of these sprays. My parents also didn't know how to shop the sales with Bath and Body Works, but we couldn't afford them. But I was always super interested. The girls in the locker room, they had them everywhere. And guys, I wanted them so badly. So by the time, I started going ahead and being a mom and having children, and they started getting old enough, I really had an interest in sharing Bath and Body Works with them. It became something of I want to give to my kids something that I didn't have and share that experience with them. Um, they enjoy it, but now they're kind of like, it's a lot, mom. And it's like, yeah, guys, it has grown and grown and grown. Um, so I was a really casual shopper in the beginning. My husband would go ahead and, occasionally, if we could do the splurge, I might go ahead and do like the buy three, get one, something like that. I thought, maybe that's a good deal. In the very, very beginning, kind of when I was still a casual shopper, I was really interested in the gift sets. If I had a coupon, I would look for a gift set because it seemed like that would be the way to shop, that would go ahead and give me the most bang for my buck. And I enjoyed that. It was okay. I didn't start heavily collecting until a couple of years, guys, before I ever even worked at Bath and Body Works. And it was at that time that I really caught on to watching videos on YouTube of how people shopped, the shopping cycles, and what to expect, how to get coupons. I was going ahead and even as a casual shopper, I was reading the blog Life Inside the Page. You guys, I knew about Life Inside the Page very, very early in even her journey. Even if I was just a casual shopper, I read a lot. Um, through like the years, through the sale seasons, but I didn't have the money or the funds, and I wasn't going ahead and paying attention too much to the sales cycles to know really more how to shop or start building a collection. So a few years before I worked at Bath and Body Works, I really got into it. I started out, guys, with those like little corner racks that have like, 4 or 5 shelves. They're super small, but you can put them in a corner. You could find them on like at TJ Maxx or some of, like Ross, Burlington, something like that. I started with shelves like that. I started with like one, and then I waited another couple of weeks till we could get another one. So then I had two, then I had three, guys, then I had four, and I was separating them, my collection, by season. So I separated my collection at the very beginning by the, like, what was it called, guys? The signature collection. And then I would do, like whatever season we were in. So spring or summer, and then, like fall and winter. And I separated out them like that. It was the easiest for me to do, and at that time, my collection was still obviously more manageable than it is now. I was still buying for my kids. They were keeping their collection in their room. We didn't really purchase for Rob. I wasn't really into candles too much, guys. And I wasn't too much into wallflowers. I've had experience in knowing what the wallflowers were and those cartridges. um early on, guys, my mom and my sister, they had like homes of their own. They loved going ahead and getting the wallflowers, and it was, something that you splurged on, whereas I was still, like, guys, I got Glade. That's what I had. um it wasn't really until I started seeing all the videos coming up about how on the West Coast and in certain areas, the Bath and Body Works reward system or like reward app was really starting to kind of spread around the country. And oh gosh, you guys, I wanted those rewards because it was like, oh, come on. Why are they taking so long to spread this out for everybody? Like, why is it only in certain, areas that they get these rewards for going ahead and shopping? So that was kind of frustrating. I really wanted those, but I didn't make any. A lot of people were making like fake accounts, guys, and using different zip codes and stuff. I didn't do that because I'm kind of like straight laced. I'm on the up and up. But I did notice that a lot of people were going ahead and doing that back in the day, you guys. Um, yeah. So by the time I would say, because things were really like hectic kind of in our lives at that time too. My husband had just gotten out of the military. Um, he was going back to school for his second degree, and he was really working nights like in a factory. So he worked nights and then he went to school during the day. That man lived off of naps alone. So it is one of the most fundamental things that I can really say and express was how hard Rob worked to get us to where we are now. Um, Incredibly hard worker, guys. He like surpasses a lot of people that I've seen. But anywho, it was around then that while he was in school that I would say I started becoming more of like a casual collector or shopper for Bath and Body Works. Um, how I shop the sales now is different than how I shopped the sales when I first started really collecting. I would say maybe like a year or two before I started working there, guys. It wasn't until then that I started really, really collecting all the different products. By the time, guys, I started working at Bath and Body Works, I would say, I mean, like I personally tried so hard to get on to work with Bath and Body Works. I wanted that so bad, you guys. I was obsessed with the company, obsessed with the products. I really, really, really wanted to work there with everything in me. It took a long time before they were like, okay, Jen, we'll give you a shot. The one truth that I have is I've had a lot of jobs, you guys. I have had a lot of jobs. So for them to take the risk was a huge, huge deal for me. And I loved it, guys. Absolutely loved my time at Bath and Body Works. I still love going into the store. I still appreciate them every day. Um, it's just an amazing group of people. But when I first got into working at the store, I would say being around the products, you guys, every single day or obsessively reading like the blogs or obsessively, like reading the Instagram posts and all, like the leaks or going ahead and seeing all the, all the videos, all of the stuff pounding into your brain can give you guys such a sense of FOMO. It can give you and build up the constant need of I need to shop, I need to shop, I need to shop. They have that product, I don't. I wonder what that sniffs like or what that smells like. I don't have that in my collection. I can't make that pairing. It is a constant cycle in your brain. It took a lot out of me, guys. It was a lot financially too. But I did learn slowly how to shop and how to build up a collection really. I learned that certain sales are just more like their everyday prices, guys. I learned to have some sense of patience. I learned that not every single penny I had left needed to go to this one company, that there were so many other things out there that were similar or better products or still interesting or would grab my attention, and it became easier to manage. I slowly started doing the really watching out for the sales cycle throughout the month, of what sales hit the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, the end of the month, what seasonal like sales you can look for, what the best prices were. I really started tracking those things. So I know now, after, making a lot of notes, guys, in my calendar app or whatever, in my phone, I was able to go ahead and start tracking. Okay, I prefer this price point here, the lowest price point. I know that every 6 or 8 weeks or so, that price will show up. That's when I'll go ahead and I'll purchase the amount that I'm comfortable with, the amount that I have, and I'll go ahead and I'll purchase then. It became easier after I left working at Bath and Body Works to really do that, because like I said, when you are bombarded with the products every single day, guys, I would be leaving every shift bringing home something. I was working there just to buy products, basically, guys. That's how I built my collection slowly over time. When you are just a viewer, a casual viewer of somebody on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, guys, and you see their shelves, you see their collection all the time, it can develop a thing in your head where you're like, well, I don't have that whole collection. Does that mean I need to have it too? You start having this thought process of, I need all of these items on a shelf. I need all of these items on a shelf. I need all these items on a shelf. So I have options. You guys, these collections that, these other YouTubers and even it has taken years and years and years to build up. It's not something where people just dropped thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to then make their first YouTube video. It's not like that. It is something where we enjoy the fragrance, we enjoy the company, you enjoy seeing what's new, you like having those options to, to have a collection. Everybody is at a different place in their collection journey. Where I am may be completely different where somebody else is in what they purchase or what they buy. I really do, guys, pretty much, I would say for the most part, I always stick with body care. It's what I'm interested in. I like the sprays, I like the body care, I like the fragrances. I would say I dabble more in wallflowers because once they released the reward program, it was easy to start then going ahead, guys, and getting those wallflower plugs that were cute that I could start putting around my house. I am very casual still when it comes to candles. I tend to only want candles in the fall and the winter. That's just what I prefer. I think a lot of that also has to do, guys, with how things were in your household when you were growing up. If your parents had candles a lot or if they didn't, I think that plays into some aspects of it as well. I would go ahead and a sale would pop up. I would see something like, okay, you guys are having a single price point sale. So that means you can get basically, like sprays, lotions, $4, $5, sometimes $6 a piece. Instead of participating in like the buy three, get three, buy three, get one, those are more their everyday sales, guys. Those are not set price points. It is always easier to save your coupon for when they have a price point sale. Now, usually they have some sort of price point sale on things like Bodycare, guys. Usually once a month. Sometimes they'll skip a month, but it really just depends. You really need to watch the sales cycle, and they tend to go ahead and do a set price point sale after, well, not really like after, but like before they're going to go ahead and do a new scent release, that type of thing. So you'll finally go ahead and see them dropping the prices to a set price point after something's been out for a while, is the best way to go ahead and describe it. That was something where I would start purchasing little by little to gain an entire collection. And I did that mostly, I would say, with the signature line. Um, these really don't go on sale until until they have like a set price point sale. So that's when I'd be like, okay, I'm going to get some of these new releases, but I'm going to go ahead and build up this collection with, one or two of these sprays that I've really been wanting, and kind of build it up that way. You can find, though, that the sale cycle, there is some sort of sale with something, guys, every weekend. There is something going ahead and coming up. It may not be something you're interested in, but there is those sales that are coming. So it is something to think about if you have the funds, guys, to be like, okay, this weekend I'm focusing on wallflowers. This weekend I'm focusing on candles. This weekend I'm focusing on lotion. This weekend I am focusing on body wash. And that's really how you build up more of a collection. It really is, guys. The problem is you still have that sense of FOMO that's going in the back of your brain of like, okay, well, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. When leaks are getting out, people are posting blogs, people are on Reddit, they're all obsessively going ahead and talking about what's coming next, what's coming next, what's coming next. And you start filling your calendar with there's this sale, this sale, this sale, this price point, this price point. You then take your budget, and maybe you budget for the whole month what your extra funds are. Maybe you go ahead and you budget through, like weekly, what extra funds that you have. It's okay, guys. If at one sale you wait for a price point that you can afford and you only get 3 or 4 pieces. That is how I started my collection, you guys. I would wait for a set price point. I would go out, I would get 2 or 3 bottles, and that was normal. It's not normal, guys, to have 200 and some odd bottles, 300 some odd bottles, 400 some odd bottles. Even now that I have started getting into affordable perfumes, I can recognize, guys, the people that have shelves and shelves and shelves behind them, they have been collecting those for years. It is not usually something where they went ahead and dropped $4,000 just to put a decoration in their background. It is something they have built up for years and years and years and years. And it's okay, guys, if your collection is 4 or 5 bottles. It's okay if your collection is 2 or 3 lotions. When you have such a high amount of lotions, you have such a high amount of fragrances, you tend then to just dust them. It's being honest, guys. A lot of us do use a lot of products. There is a lot of amazing content creators, guys, who go through empties, and their empties are just amazing how many products they can go ahead and they can get through. For me personally, I had to set up a challenge for myself this year of I want to use up 5 body creams this year, 5 lotions, 5 fine fragrance sprays. Because I noticed after just 1 year of every month going ahead and taping basically or filming what my empties were and then going back and looking at them, it gave me a chance to see what do I actually use up in my collection, guys. I mean, have been going ahead and buying Bath and Body Works for years, guys. I have lotions, I have body creams, I have body butters, I have some scrubs, or no, I finally finished the scrubs. I have tons of sprays. I have candles, I have wallflower plugs. I mostly have holiday candle holders and like decor or accessories. But again, those are things that I have had for years and collected, guys, for years and waited for set price points or gone ahead and purchased when we had extra funds. And sometimes I should have waited. Rob will say most of the time I should have waited, guys. I should have waited a lot. Um, but that's really what it is. It's taking the time to realize that where you are in your fragrance journey is not going to be the same a year from now as when you first started. A lot of people don't believe in decluttering their products. That's also how so many people have huge collections because they don't declutter. And that's something to think about as well. I personally, guys, ever since I even was a casual person with this, I have decluttered. I tend to do that a couple of times a year, guys. There was one time Rob was still a student, and I was just like, you know what, guys, I am done. I sold all of the body products that I had. I was like, I am done going ahead and having to like store these and dust them. I'm not using them. I'm done. I sold the entire collection. I did make some change off of it, not bad, but I restarted my collection eventually. And that's something to go ahead and to really think about too. Having a giant collection, my collection happens to be all over the house, guys. I have this bookcase, and then as you guys know, towards this way, I have like a decorative shelf, and then I have a cube storage. And then, guys, near my bed, I have another decorative shelf system that is just for Victoria's Secret. And then, guys, I house all of the body washes in our bathroom. And then I house all of the candles in the hutch in the dining room and all the wallflower plugs in the hutch in the dining room. Guys, that's what it is when you start having more and more and more of a collection. You have to start finding places to put all of these things if you're not decluttering. It's really easy when you see these content creators, guys, and you wonder to yourself, how are you buying all of that? I can't even afford anything in this economy. You have to go ahead and sit back and remember everybody is at a different price point in life. Everybody has different responsibilities. Not everybody is the same. It is not that a collector is sharing on their YouTube channel to hurt you. They are not trying to make you jealous. Do those things happen though? Yes. And that's one of the things that even as a creator can happen. there's still times now, guys, where even as a creator, I look at what somebody else is buying and I think to myself, oh my gosh, I need that too. Or, oh, that is not fair. Or, what are they thinking they spent that much money? Those feelings will pop up when you are collecting and a creator. It's how you handle those situations in your brain. It's how you then feel towards somebody else or someone else's collection, and how you feel with your own collection. That everybody's going to have a different opinion, guys. And that is one of the things that I really had to learn over the last couple of years. It's taken a lot of time. It's taken a lot of time, you guys. When it comes to accepting where you are financially, where you are in your specific collection journey, is what I like to call it, it can be very different than somebody else's. When it comes to, I keep looking off the screen, guys, because I'm looking at my Victoria's Secret collection. I love my storage system that I have, my decorative shelves for Victoria's Secret. It is huge. It is like a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6 shelf system that hangs on the wall. I can only put so much because the weight, I don't want it to break my wall, you guys. So I can only have so much on that. And that in itself keeps that collection of that brand much lower. I would rather go ahead and curate that collection and declutter it to the items I really want to use, so that I'm not building too much weight and then having that break like the drywall of my wall, you guys. When it comes to when I first got like my bookcase, guys, I automatically put, some of my Bodycare and everything on it. And then I thought, oh, I have so much space. I should start filling it. And that became something where I was like, yeah, I need to start filling this. And then it was like, okay, I want another kind of decorative shelf so that I can start putting just this collection. So right off here, guys, I have that decorative shelf where I just have all of the series of the Everyday Luxuries. The Everyday Luxury line is my favorite, guys. Even more so than the signature line, guys. I would say I love them the most. I think they are the most interesting. I like that they are impersonations of, other fragrances that I can't afford. I love them. Absolutely love them. But then I started noticing, okay, if I have more space, if I have more storage systems, I can spread out my collection more and maybe see what I'm really using and what's just sitting on, this shelf over here that I'm not even interested in or I'm not even touching. And that's something else that you have to go ahead and you have to think about. Some of the people or creators, guys, who have giant displays of products, you have to remember, not everybody is buying to use up. A lot are buying to specifically collect because they love the brand. They like having those references. They love the packaging. I personally, I love the labels. I love the packaging. I love the colors. It feels like decor to me a lot of the time, guys. It really does. But that's not going to be the case for everybody. I think overall, my body care collection comes from a sense of I love the stories. I love the memories of certain scents and having that community of those other people that just get it, of that love of not just a brand, but maybe a fragrance, and then hearing everybody's opinions too. I love that part about being a creator, and I love that part of collecting. I know that I personally, over the years, have found out I like a musk, I like white florals. I figured out those scent notes that I enjoy. I personally still I am so enamored with Always and Forever. It is a stunning fragrance to me. And I love the fact of hearing that so many people don't like that scent. And I'm like, I love it. I love it. Um, so that's the fun part. That's the fun part of being a collector and seeing what you enjoy and what somebody else may enjoy more. But I guess, guys, that the takeaways from this is really looking at what your budget is, when you can shop, kind of giving yourself the ability to step back from having or building up that FOMO. There's been times now as a collector, guys, and even, like currently, I've had to step back from over purchasing, whether it is things that are going on in the economy, whether it's things that are going on in our personal finances, whether it's where I am in my headspace, or whether it's, I just want to sit and spend some time enjoying what I already have. There's ups and flows, guys, with everybody when it comes to your collection and where you're at. There's times where I'm just not interested in some months using any of my products. And I may just be getting through body wash because I wash myself every day, but that may be it. That's okay too. I personally, how I shop now is different than how I shopped a year ago, guys. Even a year ago, I would say that I was tracking so heavily every single daily sale that was going to be coming up with Bath and Body Works. I was tracking every every week and putting it in my calendar. I was tracking every month. I was going back and looking at blogs or videos of other creators from like a year ago to see if I could come up with what could be coming up this week or next week. And I realized I needed to pull back from that. And that feeling, I guess, really started going ahead and developing more around like Halloween and Thanksgiving last year. I started to really feel like, okay, I need to go ahead and focus on some of the things that I actually own. And that's when I made my 5 and 25 kind of goals. And I set that for the year. Doing that has allowed me a chance to breathe a little when it's come to my collection. It's allowed me a chance to really look and analyze and curate what am I interested in right now? What do I like when it comes to scent notes? What am I using and what am I not using? And it was something that I realized I really needed to start writing down. So, writing those things down in the notes app on my phone has really helped me look at my collection instead of just thinking, okay, I have this much money, I'm going to buy this product and I'm going to dust it for the next couple of years. No, guys, I personally want to buy a product at a fantastic sale, a fantastic price, and I want it to be something I can then use with other things as well. I was never really into creating combos or fragrance like combos or scents like that. I would watch those types of videos occasionally, but I just wasn't big into it. I was really like, okay, if I buy this Forever Red, I need the lotion and the spray and the body wash, and that's what I will use that day. I was never more into, okay, well, I finished the lotion for Forever Red. So, what scent note can I find out of this that's in another lotion that I have to keep using it? I was never doing that until really after, I would say, like Christmas. And now I've started to look at my collection more of what can I pair this that I already have with something else that I already have. So I would say that that is more of a difference. And those thoughts, guys, they do take a long time. Not everybody reaches that at the same time, guys. They're not everybody's in the same type of fragrance journey as I have gone ahead and gotten to the point where I know I don't have to buy something at the buy three, get three free price unless it's something I'm extremely interested in. I know now to look at the products differently in the sense of, is it worth it for me at this price or is it not? And that is the difference. When the Everyday Luxuries line first went ahead, the very first drop of it, guys, I bought all of them at like the buy three, get three price because I was so excited. And I honestly feel like these scents are worth it. A lot of them I have bought at buy three, get three. Some of them I have bought at set price points. When it's come to the body creams, I chose to only buy body creams of fragrances that I was really interested in because, guys, we all know these things go bad and they spoil so darn fast. I've never seen a lotion spoil except for from Bath and Body Works. It is the weirdest thing I've ever seen, but they continue to go ahead and to spoil. But do I buy some of them at set price points? I do. I think we all do. So, getting back to it, and then we are going to wrap up. For me personally, I like to buy soaps at the under the $2, guys. I like to buy soaps at, $2. I prefer like $1.95 or something during SAS when they had those prices, guys. We shall see this SAS if we get a soap price like that. But that's when I like to stock up on soaps. So that's when I might take that weekly budget and I would stock up completely on soaps. I personally like to get wallflowers for around $2 and under, and I tend to wait it out and wait it out and wait it out. And then I'll go ahead and make, like a $30, $40 purchase, guys, and stock up on those. I always tend to get my the actual plugs, not the cartridges, not the fragrance cartridges, but the plugs. I tend to get those free with rewards. A lot of people choose to go ahead and get the single wick candles. Again, I don't unless I get that free with rewards. Let me see. I have stopped feeling like I need to get the body lotion, a body cream, and a spray and a body wash. But a lot of people buy like that. I tend to not anymore. I felt for a long time like I had to. And then I started seeing that other people, and a lot of other people were like me, and they realized I like this scent in a body wash. I don't want to wear it in a fragrance mist. I like it in a body wash. And that started giving me, I guess, myself the permission to really feel like I don't have to have the entire set if I really just like this scent category in body wash. That gave me more freedom when it came to what I wanted to collect. When it comes to body sprays, lotions, and body creams, I realize I don't use lotions and I don't use body creams enough to warrant buying them in every scent that comes out. I just don't use them enough, guys. I finally, like recently, I think like a month ago, finished a lotion, I think. And guys, it took me years and years and years to finish that one lotion. It just isn't something that I do. And I have stepped back from feeling like I needed all of it at one time. But I will wait if there's something that I want for a set price point sale on lotion. I will wait for a set price point on body creams. I will wait for a set price point, guys, when it comes to body sprays. Just because they have one of those set price point sales does not mean that is the best price they will have. There's a lot of times they have $6.95 or $5.95 like lotions or body cream sales, guys. That's not the best price. If you wait even longer, you will eventually go ahead and have one of those sales where you might be able to get it for like $4 something. If you wait it out by the end of the season, then those prices will drop even more on the products that you're interested in. As much hype as everybody comes up with, guys, about this is going to sell out, this is going to sell out, this is going to sell out, it is, in my opinion, rare that a fragrance completely sells out online and in store early in the release. The majority of the time, they will have a restock. The majority of the time, if you can't get it in store, you can still get it online if you choose to shop online. I tend to find that the best way to shop is in the store, because then on top of set price points, you can also use your coupons. Not everyone is close to a store though, and not everybody gets coupons, guys. And I know that that is something and a difficulty that we have had for a long time. I personally have gone years with no coupons, and then I have gone times where I get a lot of coupons. It does look like they are making a transition from paper coupons in the mail to going ahead and just having them on the app. That looks like a slow thing that they are doing. Some regions, they've already started that on it, guys. And I know that that's frustrating for all of us. And I know that in today's like economy, what we're seeing, just what's going on around the world, we could be expecting price hikes. And that is something where then you have to reevaluate even further. Is this the time that you want to buy in, or is this the time that you just want to use what you have? I hope that this has not been just me rambling the whole time. I hope you got some interesting feedback from it. I'd love to know your thoughts below. And guys, I think the next discussion we're going to have is more based off of my experience and suggestions and tips and tricks for being a content creator. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye, friends.
They move too fast, honey, for pictures. Not me again.